The Ego's Pimp Game, a metaphysical breakdown of the Iceberg Slim allegory. The ego does not love you. It needs you, but only to serve its story, not the truth of you, just the role it assigned. A Course in Miracles says the ego is suspicious at best and vicious at worst. It invents guilt and calls it justice. It builds a trap and calls it love. And the allegory of Iceberg Slim exposes this game in brutal clarity. Iceberg Slim was not just a pimp, he was a master manipulator. He once told a story about how he bound a woman to him forever, not with chains, but with a lie. He staged a fake crime, had a man pretend to be dead on a mattress, hired a doctor to pronounce him gone, made her believe it was her fault. She was terrified, and then he rescued her, told her, "I fixed it, but you owe me now." And in that fear, that guilt, she stayed. That's the ego's exact playbook. It stages a sin. It tells you you've gone too far, crossed the line. But what line? Who drew it? Who enforces it? What the ego calls sin is nothing more than belief in separation. It whispers, "You ruined everything." But you didn't. You just believed you did. The Course says you are still as God created you. So how could you destroy what God made eternal? The ego's power depends on one thing: your belief in the setup. It needs you to think the man on the bed is really dead. It needs you to believe the crime was real. But the entire scene was staged. It plays the victim. It plays the villain. Then it plays the savior. It creates the mess, blames you for it, and offers to clean it up. But there's a hook in the help. It says, "I fixed it. Now you owe me your silence, or your shame, or your service." And just like Slim, it says, "We got a secret now." What secret? That you're separate. That you've done something no one can forgive. That if they knew, they'd leave you. That if God knew, he'd reject you. But the only secret is guilt. And guilt is glue. It sticks you to the dream, to the ego, to the illusion. But there is no real crime. There is no real body. There is no real separation. Only a dream of exile. And the ego traffics in that dream. It says, "You need me to fix this." But it's not fixing, it's reinforcing. Reinforcing your belief in being broken. Reinforcing your role in its drama. It's a loop. It's a hustle. It's a pimp game. And here's the kicker. The moment you start to question the guilt, the game collapses. The stage goes dark. The body gets up off the mattress. The doctor disappears. Because it was all an act. God doesn't rescue you because he never lost you. God doesn't forgive you because he never condemned you. The Course says, the miracle does nothing but it undoes. It undoes the lie. It undoes the scene. It undoes the guilt. The iceberg melts. The chains dissolve. The light breaks through. Not to save you, but to reveal you were never bound. That's why the ego panics when you start to wake up. Because the lie depends on your silence. The illusion depends on your belief. And the setup only works if you never see the strings. But when you open your eyes, you realize there was never a mattress, never a dead man, never a line to cross, never a debt to pay, just a voice selling guilt and calling it salvation. But God doesn't sell, God gives, and he gives only light. The ego's hustle is always conditional. God's reality is always changeless. You are not a product of sin. You are not the result of failure. You are not who the ego says you are. You are the light that breaks through the scene. You are the innocence the ego tries to bury. You are the one who walks free, not because you escaped the trap, but because the trap was never real. The crime was staged. The guilt was scripted. The rescue was rehearsed. And the only thing that was ever real was the light underneath. God traffics in light. And the only secret worth keeping is this: you are still exactly as He created you.